Greetings and welcome back. Thanks for joining me again. So the past couple weeks I've been talking about different ways to vanish a coin. So we went over fake takes and fake puts. So this week I want to talk about steals. Probably the most deceptive way to make a coin vanish, because the audience sees a coin in the hand and then before the vanish happens, you covertly steal the coin away. So I'm going to go over maybe 3 different ways, but with many variations on how we can do this. So let's go. Alright guys, so the first basic technique to use a steal to vanish a coin would look something like this. You saw the coin in that hand, but it just takes a second for it to vanish. So what I'm using there is a heel grip steal. Now your heel grip is talking about the heel of your hand. Now the audience sees the coin in your hand, they see your fingers close around it. There's absolute conviction that the coin is in your hand. But as you turn over, you allow your fingers to open just enough so the coin is at fingertip rest, and then it's the fingers that bring the coin to the heel of your hand so that it's mostly out of your hand, just hanging there. Now I'm going to cover a few variations on how to steal from this position, but the most basic way is to just sweep your other hand under and allow that coin to fall into your free hand. So this could be under the guise of having someone hold your wrist as you gesture here. If you're wearing a wristwatch, you could mention, oh, it takes about 3 seconds, before that coin vanishes. So any way you could think of to gesture over to this hand that would allow you to drop the coin into your free hand, any gesture like that will work. So for the heel grip steal, the coin starts out in the left hand. The hand turns palm down, and it's the fingers that are holding the weight of that coin and then pushing it to the back of the hand. Now the audience can't see this from head on. And then as the right hand comes under, that coin's just dropped off into finger palm. So you might indicate for someone to hold your wrist, which would be a good excuse to do the steal. You might have a wristwatch on and just say, it takes about 3 seconds for that coin to just vanish. So another variation on stealing from the heel grip position is to, as we turn this hand palm up, the coin is stolen at that moment instead of remaining palm down where we'd sweep under. So a good excuse or motivation to come over to the hand might be to wave over the hand to cause the vanish to happen. Now in this case I stole it into thumb palm. So you want to time your motions as your right hand meets the left hand. At that point the left hand is up. So at no point you're flashing this. And it just comes right up, and it's no effort at all to just nip that coin away and then come like that for a wave as the motivation, and then reveal the coin is vanished. Now the variation on the thumb palm steal from heel grip, we're in the same position. The left fingers are just scooting that coin out, and we're timing our actions here so that coin can be pulled out. Now the motivation here is a wave. So we're just timing the 2 hands to meet in the middle. And you might also want to turn your whole torso as you do this to vanish the coin. Now a second variation on the heel grip steal would be in the context of coins across. So let's see, we have 3 coins, only 3 coins. Now they start out in this hand, but they end up back to where they started. Now that was the first coin. Watch the second coin. It just takes a minute and it hops right over. So this this is a fun one I use all the time. And it's a switch and a steal at the same time. So for the first coin, all I did was a Benzeus friction pass, which we're allowing the friction of our skin to hold back one coin. So you can show the 3 coins and then dump. That coin's just gonna stick. Now you can even do this in a few different ways. You can start from a fan of coins, and that one coin just sticks on your fingertips. So however you want to start, but I usually just stay casual and show them like this, dump them over. Now you would classic palm this, so you have that movement in your fingers. You say that the coins start here and then end up back where they started. So at this point, I'm getting ready for the heel grip steal. You can show the 2 coins over here, but for a moment you want all attention on this first coin that hopped over. So while that's happening, your left hand is positioning that bottom coin as your hand's palm down. What would be the bottom coin? Positioning that to the heel. As focus is over here to the first coin. Now I bring that to a display position on edge, and we're just going to do the French drop motion. This really isn't a move. You're just going to allow the coin to fall. What we want to replicate is showing the coin here and then indicating there's 2 more coins over here. But what happens is a steal from this coin, dropping, and we're taking the second coin all in one smooth motion as we indicate, oh, there's 2 more to go. So we have the first coin hidden in finger palm. The audience thinks this is the first coin, but it's the second coin. And then however you want to, if you want to use the sound to indicate, sometimes I like to just add it as I wave. So it's kind of, the audience doesn't catch it for a second. And then you show there's 1 coin left. And so just for completeness, for the third coin, we could kind of do the same thing. Maybe this is another variation. So the first coin is held with Benzeus friction palm. As that hops over, we say this is the first coin. Watch the second coin as it arrives, just like that. So that's 2 coins here and 1 left to go. Now watch. That's all 3 coins. So after the second coin, with this switch steal move, we have that one arrive. And then for the third coin, all I'm doing is dropping that coin. It's kind of going with the first variation I talked with, sweeping under, but really I'm dropping that coin from a distance. So it's kind of like a hang ping chen feel. But instead what I'm doing, instead of side to side, coming forward and then back. So it's shielding the audience from this move by keeping the line this way instead of this way. Like you would do the hang ping chen on a table from right to left or left to right. Now I'm doing it forward to back. So that the audience will catch less because of the depth of your actions. You're coming towards them and away from them. So you indicate, that's 2 with 1 left to go. So I'm dropping that as I come back and I indicate to this hand, 1 left to go. So it's just 2 here, 1 left to go. Now watch. And then all 3 arrive. Now the switch technique, in the context of a coins across maybe, we're doing that Benzeus friction pass, dump, and the hand immediately closes. We say that the coins start here, but they always end up back where they started. So that's 1 here, and then 2 over here. So after the display, my fingers close, touching the face of this coin. As I turn palm down, the coin just sticks on the fingertips, while this coin slides away. So that one comes all the way out. As I'm showing the first coin, I'm gonna imitate the actions of of indicating over to this hand, but I'm doing like a French drop motion. At the same time, the left hand's turning up. The right hand grabs this coin out. So it's a great almost retention of vision of this coin and that coin. It looks like the same coin. So we're saying, watch the second coin. And we can show that arrived. Now the other variation on this is more of a dropping steel, I guess. So the third coin comes back in the same way. All this happens while your palm is down, by the way. So we're indicating forward to the audience. So that's 2, which leaves 1 more to go. Now it's during this forward and back motion we accomplish that steal. So that's 2 here and 1 left to go. So that steal happens as we're coming back. And I'm turning a little bit too as that happens. That'll give you some additional shielding. 2 here, 1 left to go. So this turns palm up as that one's released. So that's 2 here and then 1 left to go. And then all 3 have come back to where they started. Now this next steal technique, the Himber Vanish, which a lot of people have requested from me in the past. So I'm finally covering it for you. This is a knacky move, but really not all that hard to get down with maybe a week's practice, filming yourself, looking in the mirror, and not only to accomplish it, but to get it to not look awkward, because it's an awkward looking move to drop a coin like this. But it would look something like that, and the coin's gone. So I like this move, and at the same time I don't, because it's so like a studied motion. But like I said, with practice you can get it to look more casual and it won't be as awkward. So what's happening here? We're dropping the coin like this. Well, we're mimicking this action. What actually happens is the right pinky sticks out under cover of the left fingers, but I'll leave that open as an exposed view. As this coin flops over, it's doing a half revolution. So if you're looking at the tail side, as it lands, you'll be looking at the head side. As it lands, you want it to land on your pinky, or mostly on your pinky. It's hard to get perfect every time. Now from there, the pinky pulls that coin inward, where you can get it into nowhere palm, or just a finger palm, as you sweep down and focus your attention on the left hand. So some important points on this are how your body's turned. If you're straight onto the audience, they're gonna see more of the coin, more of the surface of the coin. That means the light's gonna hit it more, which means it's gonna look better and more convincing. But the danger of that is flashing your pinky. So I would stay forward, but a little bit pointed to your left. So just enough to the left where your pinky's not seen right about here, but you're also getting as much of the coin as you can, as opposed to all the way to the left, which is showing more of the edge of the coin, but your pinky's totally hidden from here. So somewhere in here, maybe 85 degrees back from 90. So we're there, and then there. Another small point is where to go right after the move. So I consider this a resting position that's natural in normal everyday life, but also dropping your arm completely is obviously totally natural. So depending on where you want that coin to be after the steal, nowhere palm or finger palm or classic palm, you might want to keep your arm here, or you might want to drop it. I think if you drop it down, you could get it into any palm you want. So right after I do that, I usually drop completely down to my side. Now the Himber Vanish Like I said, it's knacky, but it's not too hard. The hardest part is to make it look loose and casual. You'll get the stealing part before you get the look of it right. So get the technique down, but don't stop practicing, you know, the way that it looks and feels. So this is something that's actually easier with a bigger coin. So I'm using $1 here, just for the fact that it has more surface area. So you're gonna hit your pinky more easily. So this is something you might practice while sitting on the couch. Maybe put a pillow on your lap and just do this over and over. And then as far as bringing it in, it's just a matter of that tackiness of your skin against the coin. There's really no technique here. I'm just bringing that in. So you can go from here to a nowhere palm, but like I said, I like to drop down, and then from my side I can manipulate it anywhere I need. Nowhere palm, just keep it in finger palm, or if it drops into finger palm, I can press it into classic palm, and then on the way back up, you know, it's in the position I need. So from going down and up, I've moved that coin wherever I need it. Another small point, like I mentioned in the other videos on how to vanish coins, is before you execute the move, show some movement with that coin first. So if you're going to mimic this action, then actually do it a couple times. Toss it from hand to hand, but specifically do this once or twice. And then do the move, and it's going to fly by the audience. Now, a third technique for vanishing a coin using a steel, I'm taking from Tarbell number 7. Now, if you don't have this set of books, there's actually a lot of good coin magic in here that's coming from before Bobo's was printed. Now, this one is actually from David Roth. He has some material in these later volumes of Tarbell, but you'll find it on page 267 in volume 7, An Amazing Coin Vanish. Now, this is sort of based off the Himber Vanish, but I would say it's a delayed Himber Vanish. So the coin is seen in the left hand, and then as the right hand rubs, the coin is stolen out. But it's done in the exact same way with the pinky. But in this case, we're allowing the coin to slip out by the pinky just by loosening your grip. And it's the right hand that catches that and then pulls it into palm. There's basically no bad angles unless someone's completely behind you, because what we're going to do is turn away from the audience, supposedly to give them a better view. And they see a coin in your hand, but it's when we come up to rub that coin is allowed to drop out, not on the floor, but caught by the pinky. And then everything's completely hidden from the audience. And then you can come back around with the coin palmed wherever you want. Now for the David Roth variation, it's taking the Himber idea, but delaying it a little bit. So the coin actually starts in this hand, and we're going to turn away from the audience. So both you and the audience are looking at your hand. And it's just a matter of allowing your grip to loosen to where that coin can fall between your pinky and ring finger. And it's the same actions as the Himber Vanish as far as pulling that in. So you're here, and that coin, this is hard to do slowly. That coin comes out, and then it's stolen away. Now with this technique, you don't have to worry as much about flashing because we're pointed this way. So you can leave this coin just pinched like this. And then as you drop your hand, you can do whatever you need to with it. Get it into a finger palm or wherever. So that's it for this week, guys. Thanks for coming back and watching. Check out some of my other videos on how to vanish a coin, or even some older videos, and I've made playlists now to maybe help it be easier for you to navigate everything I've done, but tips on other vanishes, presentation ideas, how to build presentations and routines. So go check those out, and thanks for watching.